This is awesome.
Hi there. We are Kyle and Lisa. Lisa and Kyle, not the other way around. Don't screw that up now. This is a channel where we are going to work as a couple to bake some fantastic creations, and hopefully they are as yummy as they look.
Also throw in a bunch of puns in there just to make everyone groan along the way. Today we're going to make pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, which is a personal favorite of ours. And like all good recipes, you have to start with preheating your oven. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and have some muffin tins handy, and you can either grease them and flour them to make sure they don't stick, or like me, you put muffin liners in them, make sure they're the right size, and have them all lined up and ready to go. And like those muffin tins, we have a lot of one-liners. We wanted to find out how many bowls we had in our house, so we decided to line up all the ingredients in the bowls.
The only thing we're missing is the pins.
To go bowling.
Yep.
So why don't we start off with doing the second step, which is mix in the sugar, oil, and eggs. Normally I do all the dry ingredients and then mix all the wet ingredients, but we're going to follow the recipe today and do that first. So typically it has 3/4 of a cup of white sugar. With pumpkin, I typically use brown sugar, and sometimes with bananas as well. Sometimes it just blends better. Plus you're not using white granulated sugar all the time. It kind of mixes it up a little bit. So I'm going to put that in.
That's a sweet idea, honey.
Aw, you're so sweet, dear.
I know.
And then the oil. Gonna put that in so it doesn't drip everywhere.
So can I ask a very important question?
Of course.
How much of that oil could be turned into gas for our cars?
None. There's no fossils in it.
Oh, rats.
They were pretty slick with that idea.
Oh. Did you break the table or the egg?
Well, like you, it's breaking out of its shell.
As long as you don't give me shell shock.
Exactly. All right, we have in a separate mixing bowl mixed together the baking flour, baking soda, baking powder, spices, and salt. In the recipe, it calls for the individual measurements of ground cloves, ground cinnamon, and all the other. I cheat. I use the pumpkin spice mix because it's a lot easier, and you just put a bunch of that in. So could you please mix in the flour, baking soda, baking powder, spices, and salt?
So this is the baking powder. Ding ding. No one's home.
Just don't powder your nose, dear.
So this is the other stuff.
Spicing things up.
Yep. Spices, what she said. And we are going to put in the baking powder.
Soda.
Right? Baking soda, baking powder is the same thing.
No, one's
fine.
a leveler, one's a, yeah. And the salt was in that one
It's
as well.
about time we level this playing field out a little bit.
I also put the salt in that one, so in case you were assaulted with that.
Start peppering me with compliments. Start now.
Oh, there's no pepper in this recipe, so you're out of luck.
Rats. And that was the flour that I put in. And just in case we didn't think we had enough spatulas,
We found all of our spatulas as well. Actually, I think we're missing one. Oh no, this one in the front.
so we have green, blue, white, and red. All my favorite colors except for white.
Oh, I'm supposed to add in the pumpkin and the water.
I was trying to make that flip. Whoop!
I'm flipping out, dear. Oh wait, that's you. Don't flip out too much. May I have one of those spatulas, please?
I'll give you the clean one.
Oh.
You get my favorite color.
Wait, what are the other ones? Oh, okay.
The green one currently has all the whites, the
You
dry
mean-
stuff on it.
What kind of white stuff are we talking about here?
Hey, remember, honey, this is a family show. Oh gosh.
Snow, right?
As long as it's not Snow White, because I don't need the Snow Doris. It's too much. That's too much people in this house.
I mean, we can keep happy, maybe even dopey, but sneezy.
Something's getting dopey around here. And
Mix it all together.
oh, you have. I was looking for my whisk. You have it. Okay. I will use.
I whisked it away.
Oh my gosh.
Things are getting whiskey around here. Well, when you're done bowling and taking a turn, we'll have to mix these ingredients together. Dial 1-800-MIX-A-LOT.
So now we're going to mix them both together.
Do you mind stirring them in?
Yes. Yes, I mind. Absolutely. But I don't think I have a choice.
I'm going to scrape it out with your spatula.
Okay. It's all about using the flappers.
Some people use their flappers a little too much. Hopefully not on here.
So now I'm going to start moving it together. I'm going to have that whisk, please. Thank
Can you whisk it?
Absolutely. Don't you start sneaking chocolate chips behind my back,
I have
madam.
no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, wait a minute. You're to my left. You're not behind my back.
I don't need them because I'm already so sweet.
I just want you to chip in. Okay. So after a while, once you don't see any more of the flour and everything else in there, then you can use a spatula and you can go down to the bottom of the bowl and scrape out the last remaining bit that is in there, and then you can whisk it again. So that
Basically what you want to do is turn it around to make sure it all gets mixed in and there's no white lumps, so that when you bite into your muffin, you get a nice chunk of flour sitting there. So
I don't want flowers in my pumpkin muffins.
too late. Where do you think flour comes from?
Not the kind of flour I'm thinking of.
I don't know if that was a flowering success or not.
No, just put pedal to the metal.
This is the dangerous part. And now we're going to sweeten the deal on these pumpkin muffins and add my favorite bit, the chocolate chips.
Go.
All right, Mix-A-Lot.
That's Sir Mix-A-Lot to you, madam.
Pardon me, sir. Don't get surly with me.
Surely you're kidding.
Don't call me Shirley.
That should be good enough. Now
Surely that's good enough. Now that we've cleared away all of our bowls in our kitchen, we are going to now scoop them in, and it says to fill them up about 2/3 of the way. We're going to give you an idea of what that looks like. Typically I go either half or 3/4 of the way, so as long as it's not all the way full, you should be fine. Because of the ingredients in there, they will rise up. So depending on how much of a blooming top that you want, then you're good to go.
Rise up.
Rise up, yes. Want to do some scooping?
Oh, yes.
What's the scoop? Aw, pumpkin. Soon it will be, aw, muffin. Three hours later.
I love chocolate chips.
Just a chip off the old block. Now we finished scooping our muffin batter into the pans. As you can see, I have muffin liners. Now let's go and we're going to put them in the oven to bake for 20 to 25 minutes.